My name is Reilly, and this is a video to show you how I train and how I look and how I gesture when I do that. And to make it interesting, I'm going to actually do a training. The training is on learning styles, a subject very near and dear to my heart, so that maybe you'll learn something or maybe you'll be entertained while you're watching this. We're going to take the 4 learning styles: kinesthetic, visual, tactile, and auditory, and we're going to take a scene where they're putting together IKEA furniture. All right? So the first one we're going to work on is the kinesthetic learner. The kinesthetic means moving, and the kinesthetic learner learns by doing it. That's how they take the information from the outside world into their brain. So when they get the IKEA furniture, they bring it home, and immediately they put everything out on the floor, and they start putting it together and trying to figure out where it goes, because that just makes sense to them. All right, so in walks the visual learner, and the visual learner is going to help out the kinesthetic learner. And so the first thing the visual learner does is take the instructions. So I'm going to cut right here and talk a little bit about the visual learner. The visual learner obviously learns by seeing things. They learn through pictures, they learn through reading, and if a picture is worth 1,000 words, they want all 1,000 words. And they want to read all 1,000 words, and since that's how they learn, they want to take all this information in before they start putting together the IKEA furniture. So they turn to our friend, the kinesthetic learner, and they say, hey, you don't know how to do this yet. You haven't learned this yet, because the visual learner is learning it while they're reading it. And the kinesthetic learner is saying, duh, I haven't learned it because I haven't done it yet. So you can see where the two of them don't really mesh. You can see where there may be conflict in learning styles or putting something together. But fear not, in walks the tactile learner. So the tactile learner learns through feeling. They learn through feeling internally and feeling in their fine motor skills, like their fingertips. And they feel the sense of the room, they feel that the kinesthetic and the visual learner maybe aren't meshing, and that's an issue to them. So they start to smooth things out so that we can all learn more easily, we can all get this done together, we can do this as a group. And that works out. They tend to be pretty good at it. And then in walks, guess who? The auditory learner. And I'll bet you'll be able to figure out how they learn. That's right. They learn by hearing it. So they take the information about the IKEA furniture into their brain by talking about it, because this way they can hear it. So that works out well for the tactile learner, because now we're talking, now we're all figuring it out together. The visual learner is still reading the directions, and they're not going to really come up until they finish reading the directions, which in many cases is a good idea. And the kinesthetic learner is feeling a little bit impatient because they just want to do it, but they're balanced out by all these other styles. So we're going to leave our friends for here right now, and we're going to talk about these learning styles. First of all, the way I talked about it was kind of cartoon characters, that each person only had one style. And the fact is, most of us have more than one preference for learning, and we can learn all 4 ways. In fact, we have places in our brains for all four ways of learning. So when you're teaching, you want to teach to all 4 ways, because you want to put it in all 4 different places. For the visual learner, you want to give them written information, you want to show them pictures, you want to have plenty of visual stimulation. The visuals need to be good. For the kinesthetic learner, you want to give them examples. You want to give them case studies. You want to let them interact with the material, because this is how they learn it. For the tactile learner, you want to make it fun, exciting. You want to make people laugh. You want to make sure that it feels safe to make mistakes. And for the auditory learner, they will learn by hearing it, but it's good to have small groups so they can hear it from their friends. So those are the 4 styles of learning. I thank you for listening. I hope you learned something. Reilly.